sign my name in blood and dust for silver coins and borrowed luck. A crooked deal beneath black skies with empty truth and hollow lies. The devil smiled and tipped his hat, said, boy, there ain't no turning back. I took the gold, I took the flame, and left behind my family name. For years I ran on wicked roads with heavy hands and heavy loads. But every mile the darkness grew till nothing felt like something true. I sold my soul for earthly things, for whiskey nights and diamond rings. Now all I own is pain and scars, and a heart gone cold beneath the stars. Lord, if you hear what's left of me, can broken chains still set me free? I gave my life to hell's deceit, now I'm paying on the devil's receipt. Through my hands like cursed gold from banned lands. The love I had all turned to smoke, and every promise that I spoke broke. I saw my mother in my dreams, praying hard beside the stream. She begged the Lord to bring me back before I vanished in the black. But pride's a road that runs too deep, and guilt's a debt a man must keep. Till one cold night beneath the rain, I heard that old church bell again. I sold my soul for earthly things, for whiskey nights and diamond rings. Now all I own is pain and scars, and a heart gone cold beneath the stars. Lord, if you hear what's left of me, can broken chains still set me free? I gave my life to hell's deceit, now I'm paying on the devil's receipt. I knelt alone on splintered wood and prayed the best way that I could. Lord, I was blind, Lord, I was weak, now mercy's all I dare to seek. The candle shook, the room stood still, like heaven listened on that hill. I sold my soul, but not too late to beg for grace before my fate. The devil's claim had held me long, but maybe grace is stronger still. The dawn broke through that chapel seat and burned away the devil's receipt. Found him where the crossroads meet, black dust rising at my feet. He wore a grin like a razor blade, knew every He said, son, your life can turn gold and glory for what you yearn. I signed my name with trembling veins and watched the sky spill bitter rain. That night the fire lit my hands and fortune spread across the land. Ashes of the deal still stain my soul, burning deep where the black winds blow. Lord, I chased what I could hold and traded peace for borrowed gold. Now every shadow speaks my name, and every wind still feels like shame. If there's grace beyond my fall, can you save me after all? The years rolled fast, the riches grew, but nothing felt alive or true. The house was warm, the table full, but every room felt dark and dull. My father died, I never came, too drunk to hear them call my name. My lover cried, then walked away, said I was gone long yesterday. At night I heard the horses ride and saw black figures by my side. Ashes of the deal still stain my soul, burning deep where the black winds blow. Lord, I chased what I could hold and traded peace for borrowed gold. Now every shadow speaks my name, and every wind still feels like shame. If there's grace beyond my fall, can you save me after all? So I rode back to where it began, with empty pockets, shaking hands. I burned the paper, watched it die, and begged for mercy to the sky. The bell rang hard, the fire glowed, and ash fell down like falling snow. Ashes of the deal blew with the wind, carried off my borrowed sins. The dawn broke cold through chapel stone and left me there, but not alone. No devil's hand could take my soul when grace was there to make me whole. I met him where the black was crossed, a place where prayers and souls get lost. The fire burned beneath the clay and lit the dark like break of day. He spoke my name before I did, like he knew the hurt I kept hid. Said, sign it here, and all you seek will fall into your hands this week. I cut my thumb to mark the line, traded forever for borrowed time. Crossroads in flames, that's where I fell, chasing heaven through the gates of hell. Lord, I was blind, Lord, I was young, and sold my soul with a reckless tongue. Now every mile burns the same, like walking through my own shame. If your mercy still remains, pull me from these crossroads flames. The money came, the land was mine, but death kept following close behind. My mother cried, my father prayed, but I was gone too far away. The whiskey burned, the nights grew cold, and every friend was bought and sold. I saw his shadow by my bed, counting down the words he said. Soon I'll come for what is mine. That's so you signed in blood and time. Crossroads in flames, that's where I fell, chasing heaven through the gates of hell. Lord, I was blind, Lord, I was young, and sold my soul with a reckless tongue. Now every mile burns the same, like walking through my own shame. If your mercy still remains, pull me from these crossroads flames. So I ran back where the fire began, with ice-stained clothes and trembling hands, dropped to my knees in pouring rain, and begged the Lord to break my chains. The flames burned out, the sky turned gray, and for the first time I felt saved. Crossroads in flames, a cold tonight. The devil lost me to the light. The dawn broke through the storm and rain, and washed away my years of pain. No blood, no fire, no cursed name could drag me back through those old flames. dust blew wild through a border town. Moon hung low, no souls around. My boots were torn, my pockets dry. Cold black clouds across the sky. The saloon light bled through broken glass like ghosts of sins I couldn't pass. I pushed inside with shaking hands, looking for luck or one last chance. At the far end sat a man in black with a whiskey glass and a crooked stack. He said, "Sit down, boy, name your price," like he'd been waiting there all night. A whiskey black covenant, cold as sin. I let the devil pull me in. Lord, I traded dirt for gold, but left my soul out in the cold. Now every bell after midnight rings like judgment calling through the wind. If mercy still can find my name, break this whiskey black and chain. Black and chain. The cards ran hot, the silver poured. I bought back land and closed old scores. The ranch stood tall beneath moonlight, but peace stayed lost in every night. The whiskey turned like bitter ash. The mirrors cracked when shadows passed. My woman cried, "Who have you been?" like she could smell the dark within. Then at midnight by the barnwood wall, I heard those boots out in the hall. That low, dark voice cut through the rain. "Your debt is mine, don't run again." A whiskey black covenant carved in flame, a cursed deal in my own name. Lord, I filled my hands with stolen grace, but lost myself without a trace. Now every prayer feels worn and thin against the dark that's closing in. If mercy still can call me home, don't leave me here to die alone. I took that paper to the chapel floor after midnight, wanting more. Poured my whiskey on the wooden planks and burned the pact where sinners sank. The candles shook, the walls turned black, and I heard chains drag through the cracks. Whiskey black covenant turned to smoke, and all the iron chains were broke. No morning came, just endless night, but somehow God still sent his light. No devil's hand, no cursed gold could claim the soul. I would not fold. Would not fold. Found him where the old road split, with a bottle dry and a cigarette lit. He wore a coat black as the grave, spoke like he knew the life I craved. He said, boy, I can feel your hands with silver coins and promised land. Just mark your blood and sign it clean, and live the life you've always dreamed. I cut my palm, let the paper drink. Too far gone to stop and think. The fire rose, the night turned red, and left my soul for dead. Ashes at the crossroads burning still, like the weight of every deal. Lord, I traded peace for pride, and let the dark live deep inside. If there's mercy left for me, pull me from this misery before the devil takes what's old. Save me from that crossroads road. The money came like flood and rain, but every blessing carried pain. My father died without my face. My mother prayed for my disgrace. The woman I loved walked far away, said my soul was gone one day. And every night those Boothfields came, dragging slow and calling my name. Then in the mirror, cold and black, I saw the man who wanted me back. Ashes at the crossroads burning still, like the weight of every deal. Lord, I traded peace for pride, and let the dark live deep inside. If there's mercy left for me, pull me from this misery before the devil takes what's owed. Save me from that crossroads road. I burned that paper in chapel flame, watch the ash erase my name. Fell to my knees and cried out loud, till the bells broke through the clouds. Ashes at the crossroads turned to dust. The devil's promise broke to rust. The dawn broke pale through chapel stone, and mercy claimed me as its own. No blood, no fire, no cursed code could drag me down that old dark road. under a dead and hollow sky. He wore black leather, spoke my name, said he could change this life of pain. He promised gold and open doors, a life with less and so much more. I cut my hand and sealed the page, too young to fear the price I'd pay. The wind turned cold, the fire burned, and from that night my luck had turned. Chains at the crossroads holding tight, pulling me deeper every night. Lord, I sold my soul for earthly gain. Now all I carry is guilt and pain. If there's mercy left in your hands, pull me back from this cursed land, before the devil comes for me. Break these chains and set me free. The money flowed, the whiskey ran, but peace slipped through me like dry sand. My father died, I missed his grave, too far gone to be saved. The woman I loved turned cold and gone, said the man she knew had long moved on. And every night those chains would drag across the floor like iron rags. Then one dark dream he came again, that same black coat, that crooked grin. He said, boy, your time is near, and hell is waiting right here. Chains at the crossroads holding tight, pulling me deeper every night. Lord, I sold my soul for earthly gain. Now all I carry is guilt and pain. If there's mercy left in your hands, pull me back from this cursed land, before the devil comes for me. Break these chains and set me free. I ran back where the old road bends, to the chapel where all things end. Burned that pack beneath candlelight, and prayed for grace to win the fight. Chains at the crossroads broke that dawn, when mercy came and pulled me on. The devil's claim was left behind, like smoke and ash in morning light. No cursed deal could bury me, when grace was there to set me free. force my way down a dirt road cold as clay. A stranger stood by a dead oak tree, said, "Boy, I got what you need." He wore a smile like sharpened steel, spoke my hunger like it was real, said fame and gold can all be yours, just sign your soul and lock the door. I took his pen, I wrote my name, and watched the sky go black with flame. From that night on, my luck ran wild, but every blessing turned to fire. The devil I owed kept calling me through broken sleep and misery. Lord, I sold my soul for empty gold. Now all I hold is growing cold. If there's mercy in your hand, pull me from this cursed land before he comes to claim his own. Save the soul I sold. Years rolled by like poison rain, every wind just fed the pain. The house was full, the bottle dry, but peace was something money buys. My father died without goodbye, my lover left and never cried, and every grave I stood beside felt like another piece had died. Then one dark night I heard that laugh like broken glass inside the dark. The man in black stood at my bed, said, "Soon enough, boy, you'll be dead." The devil I owed kept calling me through broken sleep and misery. Lord, I sold my soul for empty gold. Now all I hold is growing cold. If there's mercy in your hand, pull me from this cursed land before he comes to claim his own. Save the soul I sold. I rode all night to the chapel hill with trembling hands and iron will. Dropped to my knees and spoke my shame and begged the Lord to break the chain. The candle shook, the old bell cried, and for the first time, so did I. The devil I owed came looking there, but found me deep inside a prayer. The dawn broke through that chapel stone, and mercy claimed me as its own. No cursed deal, no blood, no gold could keep the soul I almost sold. down on Willow Creek, where the moon hung low and the dead winds speak. He wore black boots and a crooked grin, like he'd been waiting on my sins. He said, "Boy, what's your heart worth now? A little blood and I'll show you how to own the land, to rule the town, to wear the gold instead of chains." I signed that page with a trembling hand and watched the fire kiss the sand. The price I paid was more than gold. It took my peace, it took my soul. Lord, I chased what I couldn't keep and buried myself too dark, too deep. Now every night I hear his call echoing down these empty halls. If mercy's stronger than my shame, save me from the price I paid. Rolled by like burning coal, rich in pocket, poor in soul. The whiskey dulled the weight I bore, but left me emptier than before. My mama died, I missed her grave. My brother cursed the life I gave. The woman I loved walked out one night, said my eyes had lost their light. Then in my sleep I heard that laugh, like iron chains on broken glass. The price I paid was more than gold. It took my peace, it took my soul. Lord, I chased what I couldn't keep and buried myself too dark, too deep. Now every night I hear his call echoing down these empty halls. If mercy's stronger than my shame, save me from the price I paid. I burned that paper in chapel flame, cried out loud my cursed name. The bell rang hard, the fire climbed high, like judgment tearing through the sky. I paid was washed away when morning broke at end of day. No devil's hand could hold me there. I left my burden in that prayer. Now all that's left is ash and rain, and grace that healed the price I paid. Across that river at 17, chasing gold and broken dreams. as sharp and black. Said he knew the road I liked. He laid his hand upon my chest, said, boy, I'll give you all the rest. Riches, women, power too. Just sign your name and I'll see you through. So I carved my mark with trembling hand on cursed paper black as ash. The river laughed, the night grew still, and I felt the devil seal the deal. And now I'm paying on a black river debt for every soul and every bed. Lord, I traded light for flame and lost myself along the way. If there's mercy left for men like me, caught between hell and memory, break these chains around my neck from this black river dead. The money came, the whiskey flowed, but darkness followed every road. The house got big, the fire burned, but peace was something I never earned. My mother died without my hand, my brother bled in cursed land, and every night that river called like death was waiting through it all. I saw his face beside my bed, that man black, those words he said. Time is near, your dead runs due, and hell still waits to bury you. Now I'm paying on a black river debt for every soul and every bed. Lord, I traded light for flame and lost myself along the way. If there's mercy left for men like me, caught between hell and memory, break these chains around my neck from this black river dead. So I rode back where it began to wash my sins with shaking hands. I knelt beside that river bend and begged the Lord to let it in. The water rose, the night turned red, the bells rang out inside my head. Now the black river took my breath, but spared my soul from deep of death. The dawn broke cold on muddy stone and carried me where I belong. No devil's hand, no cursed regret could hold me to that river dead. I met him on a winter road with empty pockets, heavy soul. He a smile like burning wire, and eyes that danced like blackened fire. He said, boy, I can make you rich, lift you up out of this ditch. Just sign your name and take my hand, and I'll give you all this land. I signed it fast, I signed it blind, left my better self behind. The wind turned hard, the sky went red, and silence filled the road ahead. These hollow hands can't hold no peace, they only carry old deceit. Lord, I traded truth for gold, now my blood runs dark and cold. If there's mercy left for me, wash these sins and set me free, before the devil takes his claim. Fill these hollow hands again. Came, the whiskey flowed, but sorrow lived in every room. My mother died, I never knew, till dirt was laid and flowers grew. My brother cursed the man I'd been, said greed had turned my soul to sin. And every night I heard that sound, boot heels dragging on the ground. He stood beside my bed one night, said, time is up, your soul is mine. These hollow hands can't hold no peace, they only carry old deceit. Lord, I traded truth for gold, if there's mercy left for me, wash these sins and set me free, before the devil takes his claim. Fill these hollow hands again. I rode to church through pouring rain, with ash and guilt and iron chains, burned the pact and dropped to pray, begging God to take my shame. These hollow hands will wash that dawn, the devil's hold was dead and gone. The chapel bells rang clear and loud, and mercy broke the blackened cloud. No curse to deal, no wicked flame could claim these hollow hands again. Found him by the railroad tracks, where the sky turned red and crows flew black. He wore a coat like midnight rain and called me out by name. He said, boy, I know what you need. A little luck, a little greed. Sign right here and take your chance. I'll give you more than fate ever can. So I struck a match, let the paper glow, signed my name in fire and smoke. The wind stood still, the dark leaned near, and I felt the deal settle here. Sand and smoke, now it follows me through every mile and memory. Lord, I traded truth for lies and watched my better self go die. If there's mercy left somewhere for a soul this torn and scared, break these chains before I choke on the name I signed in smoke. The gold came quick, the land came cheap, but peace was something I couldn't keep. The whiskey burned, the nights got long, and every right kept turning wrong. My father's grave went cold with rain, my lover left without my name, and every shadow by my bed whispered all the words he said. Your time is short, your debt runs deep, and I still own the soul you keep. Signed in smoke, now it follows me through every mile and memory. Lord, I traded truth for lies and watched my better self go die. If there's mercy left somewhere for a soul this torn and scared, break these chains before I choke on the name I signed in smoke. I rode all night to the chapel doors, fell to my knees on splintered boards, burned that paper in candle flame and begged the Lord to clear my name. Signed in smoke, but washed in rain. The fire died and broke the chain. The dawn broke pale through chapel glass and burned away my wicked past. No devil's hand could hold me close when mercy rose through ash and smoke. I met him down by the county line, where the dead trees bend and the crows don't sing. He wore a coat black as coal, knew the hunger in my soul. He said, boy, I can make you king, give you silver, give you everything. I cut my hand and signed that page with blood and pride and reckless rage. The wind turned still, the night went blind, and left my better self behind. Blood on the contract, blood on my hands. I traded heaven for promised land. Lord, I was blind when I made that choice, chasing gold over your voice. Now every road just feels the same, full of fire, guilt and shame. If there's still grace for men like me, set me free from this decree. The years came hard, the money fast, but every joy was built to crash. The whiskey burned, the women ran, and death kept following where I stand. My mama's grave grew old in rain. I never came to speak her name. My brother cursed me with his last breath and left me carrying all that death. That night I heard those booth heels near, that cold dark laugh, that taste of fear. Blood on the contract, blood on my hands. I traded heaven for promised land. Lord, I was blind when I made that choice, chasing gold over your voice. Now every road just feels the same, full of fire, guilt and shame. If there's still grace for men like me, set me free from this decree. So I burned that paper in chapel light, watched the flames climb through the night, and on my knees with ash and tears I gave the Lord my wasted years. Blood on the contract turned into dust, the devil's promise broke to rust. The dawn broke through, the fire died, and mercy stood there by my side. No change remained, no debt to pay, just one lost soul who found his way.